Hello guys, welcome to a video where I have to explain incidents. The first incident we will be talking about is the Beast Woman. Hear the video explaining the incident.
Beast Woman, East Asia.
Cats look delicious. Your cats look delicious.
Yay, she's cute.
Where to buy?
From the pet store. She's weird.
Hi fans. Guess what I'm doing? No one ever dared. Wahahaha.
I have so many questions. Why did the cat owner said where to buy a cat? It would be suspicious, especially when she said the cat was delicious. And I think the woman eating the cat is AI. The next incident is the Judith Barcy incident. Do you know who she is? She the girl that been in movies and commercials. Here's the video explaining the incident.
Is Judith, and Judith is only 5, but she's on her way to being a Hollywood star. However, there's a problem. Her parents don't have a lot of money, but one day, all that changes. See, Maria is determined to get Judith into show business, so she spends a lot of time teaching her to be poised and well-spoken, and then one day she takes Judith ice skating at an ice rink in Hollywood. Now, this rink is often used as a location to film TV shows and movies, and on that day, there just happens to be a commercial crew there filming, and allegedly, there's a director there, and he sees little Judith ice skating, and he ends up casting her in a different shoot he's doing. And from there, boom, Judith's career takes off. She gets an agent and she lands her first commercial role for Donald Duck Orange Juice. And after that, she starts working more and more and gets placed in other commercials. Then she gets her first role in a TV series called Fatal Vision, where she plays a little girl who's unalived by her father. Then she gets cast in Twilight Zone, Punky Brewster, Growing Pains, Cheers. And within a few short years, Judith is pulling in over $100,000 a year from her acting. And Joseph and Maria start to see their bank accounts slowly climb out of the red. And eventually they have enough saved to buy their own 3-bedroom house in a decent neighborhood. I mean, this is a dream for them. And everyone is happy for Judith. Except for Joseph. Joseph isn't a TV star, he's just a working man. And his young daughter is making significantly more money than him, making him no longer the breadwinner. But Judith, who's around 9 at this point, she doesn't let her chaotic family life stop her. She nails audition after audition, and eventually she's cast in a little movie you may have heard of called Jaws. Well, not Jaws, but one of the sequels, Jaws Revenge. But whatever, this is huge for her, and it's filming in the Bahamas, which means they'll get to spend a few months there. And predictably, Joseph's drunk ass isn't happy about this. He gets insecure and worried that Maria and Judith might run off and abandon him. So, the night before they leave, he corners Judith, and he pulls out a knife, and he threatens her. If you don't come back to me, I'll unalive you. And the next day, Judith and Maria leave to film Jaws. But Judith is never the same. And over the next few months, her mental health starts to decline, and it's beginning to show. Like, she starts pulling her eyebrows out and her cat's whiskers. But this whole time, she's still acting, she's still landing roles. And she's cast in what ends up being her favorite role ever. She's the voice of Ducky in The Land Before Time, and she ends up delivering one of the most iconic catchphrases from that movie. Yep, yep, yep.
Yep, yep, yep.
Until one day, out of nowhere, Judith doesn't show up to an important meeting. On that day, Joseph finds out about her plans to eventually take Judith and leave him. And when he finds this out, he just loses it. And so he goes and he gets his pew-pew and he aims it at Maria and he pulls the trigger. Then he walks into Judith's bedroom, and while she's sitting there on the bed, he unalives her too. She was only 10 years old. And then he goes into the garage with his pew-pew and he unalives himself. But then, 16 years later, fans of Judith raised money and got them headstones. And on Judith's headstone, they made sure to put a quote from her favorite acting role.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yep, yep, yep.
Bro, you don't have to kill your wife and daughter. I know your daughter was making more money than you, and you thought they were gonna to abandon you, but still you did kill them. And BTW, you should be grateful you have a daughter that makes money to buy food and to pay rent, but you just had to be drunk. The next incident we're gonna be explaining is Valeria. She died in beauty salon. Here's the video explaining the incident. Sorry there is no sound because the sound will be copyright strike. OMG, the guy shot her. That was scary. I hope you don't get nightmares tonight. And the worst part is it was live, so now people that watch it must have been traumatized. The next incident is the face split incident. I'm going to show you the video explaining the incident.
Face split incident.
The face split incident took place in Spain back in 2009. It all started when two brothers were swimming in the ocean and decided to jump off a cliff. The first brother jumped perfectly and landed safely in the water, without injuries. Then it was the second brother's turn. He was ready to jump, but when he did, he landed on a concrete, splitting his face open, fell into the water. As he floated, his head was completely covered in blood, staining the water around him red. He was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors tried everything to save him, but he sadly died. There's a video of the incident, but I'd rather not watch it. It's too disturbing. Stay safe.
I can't believe that happened to his brother. I feel bad for his brother. Comment saying RIP brother. BTW, why would they jump off a cliff? Okay, before we move on to the next incident, I'm gonna need you guys to subscribe and like the video too. The next incident we're gonna be talking about is 3 Men 1 Hammer. Here's the video explaining the incident.
Let's talk about
3 Men 1 Hammer.
there was this man that was peacefully riding in his bike until these two guys came up to him and smashed his bike's wheels with a hammer, and after that they then smashed the man's H34D, and the man was bleeding so hard. After the man was conscious, they then carried his BOD to a snowy forest. The BOD of the man was then putted laying down in the snow, and then the other man pulled out a screwdriver and stabbed the man's tummy countless times. The poor man was bleeding in his mouth, and while he was breathing, the BOD on his mouth were bubbling. They then also stabbed the man's left eye, which bleeded so much. After that, they tied his D34D BOD on a tree and started taking pictures.
People in these days are so cruel. Never be like these people, guys. Those people deserve to die by the electric chair after that video. Okay, let's get ready for the next incident. Before I show you the video, you should grab a snack to eat because this video is 32 minutes long. The next incident is Rogelio Mukbangs. I'm sorry about that, I can't say the name right. Here's the video.
Part 3. Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thanks. This all started when a man from the Philippines decided to do mukbang.videos to earn money and to help his family for it. A few days later, not long ago, some of his so-called follower challenged him to eat a chicken bone, which is not very good for people. He made that video and gained much views, but what he didn't know is that he died just after a few days, and the person who challenged him to do that hasn't been arrested. Like, why? I feel absolutely bad about that man, even though he don't know me. And if you want to support him, he has a TikTok. Here's his user. And his brother are the one doing the mukbangs now, because Rogelio died. Condolences, by the way.
That was crazy what he did. Whoever dared to do that should be arrested. 2 more incidents and we're moving on to trends. The next incident is the tail incident. I'm sorry again, I don't know how to say the name right. Okay, here's a video explaining the incident.
Dark story behind.
The tile incident.
You might not know who is this guy, right? His name is Tile, and he is a K-pop idol from the group called NCT Dream. You might be shocked what he did. Basically, Tile's a 12-year-old girl, which means Tile demanded that the 12-year-old girl reveals her to him. He messaged only young girls, and wanted to seize girls, and wanted it to take a picture and sent it to him. But some of young girls said that it's illegal, and doesn't want to send it to him. And I think that Tile rage, and K1L3D them. The people were shocked of what Tile did. So people begins to destroy Tile's photo cards and his pictures. And SM, the CEO of the company, kicked Tile out from NCT Group. He's in jail for this. So please girls, keep your safety with you. And by the way, we don't know who was the girl, or what happened. There's no CCTV footage, but I think it will reveal it soon.
That's disgusting. Why would he do that, especially with young girls? The worst part about him, he will kill them. You're sick, man. You deserve to be arrested, not arrested. You're supposed to be in the electric chair. That's disgusting. I'm gonna move on, guys. Never talk to strangers online. BTW, I feel really bad for those girls. Next incident we're gonna be talking about is the cat in the blender. Here's a video explaining the incident. I'm going to warn you guys, if you have a weak stomach, you can skip the video of explaining that. Here's the video.
Let's talk about
The cat in a blender incident.
this incident happened in May 2023. It involved a calico cat being blended by a man. It started when he put the cat in a blender and began turning it on and off repeatedly. Eventually, he stopped turning it off and left it running. The cat was in extreme pain as it was blended, while the man was laughing. The cat continued to meowing for help as its organs and blood spread inside the blender. After that, he put the cat in a microwave and continued laughing until the cat died. Initially, the video went viral in China, then it spread internationally. It got so popular that Chinese netizens were able to locate and find him. The man was identified as Zhu Zhihui, a Chinese food blogger and social media influencer from Anhui province. He was detained for only 15 days, because in China, animal cruelty is not considered a serious crime. May the cat rest in peace.
The cat does not deserve to be in a blender. I feel bad for the poor cat. I hope he's in a better place now. But for the man, he needs to stay in jail for at least 15 years. The way how he was laughing makes me wonder if he is a psychopath. It's time for trends now. The first trend that you should never do is the Tide Pod trend. A Tide Pod is a pod that it's used for cleaning clothes. I'm gonna show you a video explaining the Tide Pod trend. Here's the video.
Trends that shouldn't have been trends. PD5, the Tide Pod trend. The Tide Pod trend was a very dangerous trend. Most of the victims of this trend was children under 9 or less. A Tide Pod was a little pack that had cleaning chemicals in them, and seeing videos of others eating the pods, kids would too.
What?
This took place in 2017 to 2019 in December. It was so sad how a little pod could most likely end your whole life. In somewhat 2018 it made its way to the news. The news warned parents and their kids about eating Tide Pods. Once the Tide Pod made it to your throat, it would clog your vocal cords and stop your breathing. This ended in late 2019. They were taken off the market until 2020. The trend was then forgotten.
What people try Tide Pods just for views? That messed up. Even kids try this too. At least it made it to the news. That's the good part, but the bad part is people died from doing this. Guys, don't do this kind of stuff. BTW, it was forgotten, so this is no longer gonna be popular. The next trend is the boiling water challenge. Here's the video explaining the trend.
That are dangerous.
Boiling water challenge.
Basically, in this trend, a person would boil water, go outside and pour it on themselves. This caused many people to get third-degree burns. Some people even put salt in the water so it'd be more painful. The salt would hurt the wounds because the person also got badly burnt. Many people had to go to the emergency room or the hospital. Stay safe.
That's stupid. Who in the right mind will put hot boiling water on their self, especially with salt? This trend is the most awful trend that I ever heard in my life. But I feel bad for the people that had to do that trend. The next trend is going to be the blackout trend. Here's the video explaining the trend.
That should have never been trends. The blackout challenge. The blackout challenge is when you hold your breath on camera until you pass out. It's also called the choking challenge, but is more known as the blackout challenge. RIP to the people who did this trend and passed away.
Why would people do this? Whoever made this kind of trend should not even be with a phone. This is not good, seriously not good. Before we get started with the next trend, 6 more trends, and we are moving on to lots media. The next trend is the bloody knuckle trend. Here's the video explaining the trend.
Dark story behind
The bloody knuckle trend.
the bloody knuckle trend was a thing back in 2018 to 2021. To do this trend, you had to have a coin and a friend with you. Your friend would then ball their hands into a fist and lay it on a table. And then with all your strength you flick the coin against your friend's knuckles until they begin to bleed. People ended up being hospitalized or having really sore knuckles for extended periods. If you're smart enough, you would know not to attempt this kind of trend or challenge. It is not worth it.
I'm smart, so are you guys, but don't do this trend. It's dangerous. To be honest, it's not that dangerous. It's only dangerous if your knuckles bleed. One more thing I got to say before we move on to the next trend. There's a reason why I haven't been posting videos for the last 2 weeks is because I've been doing a lot of important things since now I'm 13 years old. I forgot to show you what it looks like. Here's the video.
Knuckle game.
Take care of you like this. Now you're lost. Lost in the heat of it all. Girl, you know you're lost. Lost in the thrill of it all.
Now the next trend is the lip balm trend. Here's the video.
Should have never been trends part 2. The lip balm trend. I don't know when this trend started, but I can tell you how the lip balm trend works. The trend starts when someone grabs a lip balm and applies it daily. Note that they apply the lip balm until it runs out. So when the lip balm runs out, the person who applied the lip balm daily ends themselves. If you want to do this trend, do it at your own risk. Please stay safe, you guys.
That's messed up and dumb. Why would people do this? Like, this is not funny. Rip to the people that did that. Guys, comment the video if you ever did this kind of trends. You better not done that lip balm trend, then I would feel bad. BTW, I'm mad at the creator that did that video because she said to do it at your own risk. You don't have to do it at all. Your life matters. The next trend is the gauntlet challenge. Here's the video explaining the trend.
Challenges that are very dangerous. The Gauntlet Challenge. Back in 2018, a really popular challenge called the Gauntlet Challenge was going around. However, it was very disturbing. The challenge was to watch 20 really disturbing videos, which showed animal cruelty, killing, human, C1C1D and other more. Most people couldn't even make it past the first 5 videos because it was too hard to watch. Even if you managed to finish all 20 videos, you complete the challenge, but it's not worth it cause you can't never forget what you saw and it could have a lasting impact on you. So stay.
OMG, that creepy. I hope you guys don't do it. The next trend is the Zahide won this trend. Here's the video.
That went too far. Part 1.
Zahide won this trend.
Zahide is a young girl who dances on TikTok. But some of her fans are taking things too far. They keep commenting sorry, but Zahide won this trend on videos that have nothing to do with her. And that it's all over the comments. What's worse is that some of these fans are making fun of other religions and even God. Like saying, Zahide, you are my God, Zahide, you are my Jesus. Which this is very disrespectful. They've created a Zahideism religion, saying that Zahide is their savior or God. I saw a post where Zahide said she didn't start or support this Zahideism trend, and she wants it to stop. Zahide's fans need to stop this trend. It's not funny, and it's hurting people.
This is not good, especially Zahide saying to stop this trend. This is really bad for our savior, so don't support the Zahide religion, please. There are 2 more trends to talk about, then we are moving on to lost media.
Trends that should have never been trends. PT3, 690,452. This trend was when people would write the number 690,452 on their wrist and go to sleep. Then it's told you can get stuck in your dream. Or a parallel universe forever. Which means if you die in your dream, you're D3 in real life too. Apparently, there is a 50-50 chance of surviving. People aren't sure how this worked. But according to the Urban Dictionary, the number is cursed or a hell number.
OMG, that has to be terrifying. Staying in your dreams forever is a nightmare, especially when you're by yourself in a creepy place. The last trend we are going to talk about is the Charlie Challenge. People that doesn't know this trend, here's a video that can perfectly explain it.
Charlie game, right? Well, if you haven't, it's like Bloody Mary, but way, way worse. With Bloody Mary, you turn off all the lights, you turn the water on or something, and then you say Bloody Mary's name 3 times. Then your friend would grab you, you'd run out of the bathroom screaming, and it was all fun and games because you got scared, right? It's scary, but it's okay because we all know it's a game, right? But what about when it's not just a game? I can't believe I'm doing this makeup look, but you guys asked for this. You guys wanted visual distract, so here it is. Anyways, me and my friends were hanging out in the basement. We were eating pizza and playing the Nintendo Switch. And Jonah looked to me and asked, "Do you know the Charlie game?" At first I thought he was talking about a new game on the Switch or something. He told me you go into the bathroom and you turn off the lights. Then you knock on the mirror and you look for Charlie. If you see him, the game is over. If you don't see him, then it's time to go to step 2. The second part of the game was too hard to explain, so we decided he was just going to show us. He took a piece of paper and he wrote yes and no on it in 4 corners, like this. Then he put 2 pencils crossing each other on the paper and started chanting, "Charlie, Charlie, can you hear me?" He turns the light off, and at this point, I'm starting to get scared. I whispered to my friend Christina that I was scared. She leaned over and assured me that it's just a game. We were whispering, but somehow Jonah heard me. Jonah looks up at us and he goes, "It's not just a game." We asked Charlie questions, and the pencils moved and he answered. But that's not the scary part. So after we finished the game, we went to bed. Everyone else had fallen asleep and I was watching TikTok on my phone. I heard a creak and it sounded like it was coming from upstairs.
Wow, that was creepy. I played this challenge before. I played it in my school with my friends. The pencil moved and everybody was scared until I realized that it was my friend that blew on it. But anyway, I survived. You guys are wondering how I survived if my friend blew on it. Well, he didn't. He did the first time, but then it actually moved. Time for Lost Media. The first Lost Media is the Talking Patrick app. BTW, those of you that don't know what is a Lost Media, is a game or a video that's been removed forever that's never gonna be seen again unless you have a old dated device. Here's the video.
5. Talking Patrick Star. So there is almost no trace of this app even existing. There is only one proof of its existing, and it's a review on YouTube. Here's the video.
We are doing an iPhone app review for Talking Patrick. So, Patrick, you can shake him violently, make him laugh, make him say random things.
The video was posted 12 years ago by CK the Frog. If somebody downloaded it and still has it on their phone, they can upload the IPA file so we can download and play it. Have you ever had it? Stay safe.
Yo, I think I played this game before when I was little. That's cool if you still have the app. The next Lost Media is Talking Gina. You know Talking Tom, it's made by the same creator of it. Here's the video.
Let's talk about Talking Gina. So Talking Gina was created in February of 2011. The company that created the game was Outfit 7, my favorite game company. The model of Talking Gina was a creator from Turbo Squid. The creator of the model was David Moss. But as you see, Talking Gina was replaced by Hank back in 2014. Gina was the 6th character that was loved back in 2014. And Gina even was on a card from McDonald's back in 2013. And Gina appeared on the show Talking Friends, and it was a stuffed pet. Hear the game what it looks like.
I didn't know that they add a giraffe to the Talking Tom world. I think I never played this game before. BTW, I couldn't show the rest of the video because I think it will be copyrighted. Okay guys, comment how was your weekend for this week, what did you do, and give me ideas about what should the next plushie video be for me. I think Cuddles, S-Pet Turtle. What do you guys think? That's so sad to app get deleted from the company Outfit 7. The next Lost Media is T and Mo. Here's the video.
Apps that went Lost Media. T and Mo. Is a kids app. That kids play with, but it randomly disappeared from the Play Store. And there's were 0.2 games of T and Mo. Here is the evidence. There's a theory that the T and Mo. Game was hunted. Because when kids played it, and then as they're sleeping time they got bad dreams about T and Mo. Faces messed up, creepy looking. Fun fact, I used to play the T and Mo. Game. Stay safe.
I never heard of T and Mo before, but do you guys ever watch the show? I never did. So guys, the next Lost Media is Cat Simulator. Here's the video.
Media, Part 3.
Cat Simulator.
Can anyone guess what dance I did in the background? Comment down below. Cat Simulator. and game created in 2015 by Rage Quit Games. It was a popular game until it got deleted in Play Store's App Store in the year 2022. The reason why is because players were getting creepy vibes in the game, with users mentioning a dead cat at the end of the map and the presence of Herobrine-like glitches. And because of that, it's like a lost media. But a newer game was later found, and it has been said that it's remaked.
Well, who knew that a person playing a game can find a dead cat?
You can find marine information in YouTube, TikTok, and even Facebook. Correct me if any mistakes is found in this video, but accept the artificial intelligence Evis. That's all, and stay safe.
Okay guys, have you ever played Cast Simulator before? Not the new one, the old one. I did before, but it was kind of boring anyway. The next Lost Media is Save the World Now. Here's the video.
Explaining Lost Medias, Part 1. Save the World Now. Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thank you. Save the World Now is a Lost Media app developed by Outfit 7 creators of Talking Tom. It was first released for iOS in 2009. At first, when you open and played the game, it will show a text Save the World Now, and it will show 3 different images. The images showing a 3 kind of planets: Earth, Uranus, and the Sun. And if you click one of those images, it will show a text Save in the center of the picture. Once you click the word Save, just wait because it loads, and after a few seconds ago you will finally saved it. And after that, it will ask you to change your wallpaper as an achievement. But if you still continue the game and save the 3 planets below, your wallpaper will be changed into an image of Earth and a text, I save the world. Due to its obscurity at the time, it was not widely downloaded and is considered a piece of lost media. But there's no reason that this can be harmful in your device, and it also don't have a jump scare. That's all. Bye.
Cool, there was no jump scares. I wish I could play that game. But what is up with the creator saying stay safe at the end of the video? Do you guys know what that means? The next Lost Media is Google+. Here's the video.
Lost Media, Part 12, Google+. So Google+ is an social media app that released by Google in 2011. It was predicted to be Facebook rival. The app has an interesting feature named Circles, where you can add a contact in one groups. It was going good until something bad happened to Google+. In 2017, Google+ had so many negative reviews and considered as a failed social media app. Even feature in Google+, like Circles and Hangout, look interesting, but the UI UX is confusing many user, and it's more complicated than Facebook, that more simple and easy. And even in 2018, Google announcing there has been a leak of personal data of million users. Wow, crazy, right? Not to mention Google ever forcing everyone log in Google Plus account to use Google service like Google Chrome, YouTube, Gmail, and other things. And the average Google Plus user is a passive user. Actually, average people that log into Google Plus, it's just because it's forced, because they are only want to use Google service. And in 2019, Google announcing that they are discontinuing Google Plus forever. Even the APK file is still exists, but it's useless because the Google Plus service are shutting down and no longer works. RIP Google Plus.
Yeah, rip Google Plus. That was a lot of explaining to do in that video, don't you guys think? The next Lost Media is Bubble Witch Saga 1. BTW, this game is made by the same creator that made Candy Crush. Here's the video explaining it.
Lost Media Part 1. Bubble Witch Saga 1. Bubble Witch Saga 1 was a bubble matching puzzle game where players clear levels by popping magic bubbles. The game was developed by King.com. Features Stella the Witch as she tries to defeat the evil Wilbur. The game got discontinued by King, but now you're able to play Bubble Witch Saga 2 and 3. The game got discontinued because primarily due to its declining player base and the release of newer, more popular titles like Candy Crush Saga. The game's developer, chose to focus their resources on these newer, more successful games. Additionally, the original Bubble Witch saga was eventually removed from App Stores and Play Store, with players encouraged to transition to Bubble Witch 2 Saga or 3 Saga.
Have you guys played that game before? Okay guys, the last Lost Media is taking Rex the dinosaur. Here's the video.
Talk about Talking Rex the Dinosaur. So Talking Rex the Dinosaur was released on 30 October 2010. The company that created the game was Outfit 7. The company that created the games Talking Ted and Talking Angela. Talking Rex was 6th app in the Talking Friends series. The app features the character Rex and is set in a jungle-like environment set, along with a lot of other things. I will show a video of the game. Game got released in 2014 because Outfit 7 wanted to focus on newer games and phase out older titles, content. So now the game is lost.
Why would they delete the app? If they didn't delete it, they wouldn't have like a whole lot of money, because you know what they all say, a lot of apps, a lot of money, I'm just saying. But if I was a kid that know that app, I will probably like play it for my whole life. Okay guys, before I end the video, I wanna show you guys something that is a video I wanna show you guys. It's about songs. Here's the video.
Let's talk about this song. So apparently there is this song called 102-105C, so 855-2497-97B38511F22V.
As the first sound, you hear some weird buzzing noise. If you don't want to hear it, skip to 025. Or maybe it isn't a buzzing noise, but somebody speaking Russian, but reverse.
Okay guys, never mind, I'm not gonna show that video. You guys already watched too much scary videos, didn't you? But if you wanna listen to it, go back to the video, and you see what it's called again by guys.